As we move from the classical argument into the definition and causal arguments, you're going to be using secondary research. So I wanted to take a second to show you how to access the Learning Resource Center through the Octc website so that you can find source material and so that you can also play around with finding a focus. So if you'll click on web resources down here, that'll take you to this list that I've compiled for you. And you'll see that the third thing there is Octc library. So if you click there, it'll bring you to this home page. And if you just kind of scroll down to where these tiles are down here, these are the three main databases. So if you don't know what you want to write about, Gale Opposing Viewpoints is a great place to start, especially with topics where you're required to use research. So when you come into this database, you can see that they have some stuff up here at the top, which are kind of like really current things that are going on, such as voting laws in the Supreme Court and Black Lives Matter. But then if you scroll on down, they have these other tiles that are divided up via subject, so business and economics, energy, environmentalism, and it has in parentheses how many sort of subtopics are beneath that bigger topic. So, and then you'll notice down here there are 484 issues that they've collected information on for you. So you can browse the issues, you can look as a title list, or you can come up here and search. So a lot of people want to write about topics like gun control. But that's a really big topic, and there's lots and lots of information. So one thing that you might want to do is look at maybe this idea of related topics, and it kind of begins to show you ways where you could narrow down gun control into something that for a 3 to 5 page paper, which is not very long, could be much easier to tackle. So like maybe you look at just red flag laws or just background checks. So instead of just trying to write this big paper about whether all gun control is good or bad. So you want to really kind of narrow that down and look at a small aspect of that topic instead of just this, huge focus that's not going to really allow you to argue anything that's going to be fruitful and useful. Maybe you want to specifically focus on background checks. So remember, 3 to 5 pages is not a lot of space. And you want to be writing about very specific aspects of the issue, not just summarizing general ideas about the issue overall. So any of these topics like gun control or abortion or capital punishment are all going to have, dozens of subtopics within them that are going to be more palatable and just more usable for a 3 to 5 page paper if you are set on writing about these sort of, classic argument topics. So again, my advice is to write about something that is a smaller topic, and to write about something that is fresh and something that is, specific. So here's a list of the 484 issues that are available in Gale to look at. And there's no lack of topics. So the stimulus packages, hate crimes, the right to bear arms, road rage. I mean, there's plenty of things to write about. So this is one of the library databases. Ebscohost is pretty useful once you finally decide what you're going to write about. So you can come in here. Academic Search Complete is the biggest database within EBSCO, but there's databases on various different topics. You want to make sure that you have the full text box checked. It's defaulted, so it should be okay. For my first search, I'm probably not going to really limit it very much. I just want to see what I can find. So, I don't know, I might search hate crimes. It's 2 words. So immediately when I type in hate crimes, I'm getting these suggested lists here, and it's already going to help me start narrowing down my topic. So do I want to look at, all hate crimes in the United States? Because if I just put in hate crimes, it's going to pull stuff from everywhere. So I'll get hate crimes in Australia, hate crimes in New Zealand, and that's probably not what I want to write about. So at the very least, I need to do hate crimes in America. So let's see what that pulls back. So here we see that there's lots of choices, 3,624 results for hate crimes in America. So notice down here you can really pull this date back. So generally 5 years is what people say is a good your data is going to be up to date. So when I pulled that publication date back to 2014 to 2020, so 6 years, it pulled it down a lot to 605. So let's do, I want to do hate crimes in America, LGBTQ. Whoops, that shouldn't have been all caps. And let's see what, so that's going to pull it down to 18. So now I really have a focused list, and I know that I'm going to be looking at hate crimes in the United States that are targeted toward LGBTQ populations. So this is going to be a much easier list to look at, and it's going to be able to, I'm going to be able to actually do some research here. And because this is in the database, this information is not going to be, it's not going to be fake. Most of it's, it's going to be trustworthy and reliable, and the information is true and real, and I don't have to question that. Definitely to the same extent that I would question things that I just Googled. So I want to make sure that the information that I'm getting is true and real. So here are some sources about the Orlando attack. So maybe I want to focus just on that specific attack, and I could argue that that attack was a hate crime, and that's what this article is about, and that would work for definition argument. So again, you want to get really specific with these claims, and it's going to make your paper easier to write. So I just wanted to share that with you. So again, there's a link to the library under web resources, OCTC library. Click on that, scroll down, and here you have Ebscohost and Gale opposing viewpoints. So again, I'm here to help. Let me know, and we'll make it through.